Hi guys, what's going on, and welcome back to another episode on Total War Arena. And we are breaking out the Greek Cavalry today, our Tier 7 Agamemnon Cavalry. Yeah, I do like these guys. They just are the epitome of Greek Cavalry. I mean, pretty much the same for most of the tiers, but their charge is just glorious. You know, you're easily going to outcharge any other cavalry in the game, other than other Greeks, of course, which obviously could be harder. But anything else, you can easily be confident of winning the charge and doing an absolute ton of damage as well. You know, they nigh on insta-kill archer units if you get a clean charge off. So that just makes them really enjoyable to play. That impact damage is just glorious. Combined with the fact their charge impact, it obviously means they always win charges against other units as well. So you're always the one doing the damage. Even if you get your hammer off just at the last second, they always tend to win. So yeah, I can't really recommend them enough. They are just such a lovely little cavalry unit. Their obviously big weakness is the fact that once you get stuck into combat, if you can't get out cleanly, you take a lot of damage because their melee capabilities are really poor. They have no shield. They're pretty low weapon damage. What's their weapon damage here? Yeah, we're not even, well, we're going to be about on 200, when, you know, other units are going to be rocking the sort of 250s, 240s, 250s, 260s, I think, with the Blood Riders. So you're quite a lot below in terms of weapon damage. Your melee attack isn't that high, and you've got no shield either, so you know, you're kind of vulnerable to archers, and you don't do very well in combat. So that's kind of their big downside. But anyway, let's hop straight into a battle and see if we can cause a bit of damage. So we are loading in with our Greek Cavalry. Where are we going to go? Somewhere in the middle like this, I think, just to stick it out. And what have we got on our team? Cavalry, me cavalry, quite a bit of cavalry then. 4 units of cavalry. All of ours are barbarians by me. So we'll see what the enemy team presents. Yeah, it's probably good to have a decent amount of cavalry, because we can, at least our charge can be quite effective against enemy cavalry. So, it may be good for us. We'll send our units a little bit back as sort of tend to normally do, and then we'll just use one, at least for the start, just so we can sort of micro it carefully. Let's have a bit of a play around the start. You never quite know what you're going to see. Looks like some of our friendly barbarians are pushing up really quite hard, which is nice for us.
Quick march!
So let's go down here and sort of see how this goes. See if we encounter anything. Eagle cohort and Numidians and archers. It's the archers, I fear. Those barbarians are going to get archered if they're not careful. There's actually quite a lot of stuff coming across the centre. Pretty limited to what we can do, at least initially. Unless those Numidians were to push really hard, but obviously it seems unlikely. Some of our barbarians pushing along the ground, along the bottom, and then their archers, their Pontic archers, pushing relatively hard across the middle as well. They are quite short range, those tier 8 Greek archers, so it's nothing too bad for us to worry about. These Numidians know the score. They're not going to stand around and let me charge them. I don't want to just get shot by those enemy archers just for the sake of it. And obviously, I can't get to them until they... Are they slow? Why not Testudo? Taking damage for the sake of it. You do have an ability that will stop you taking damage. Pan round this way. See if they'll go close enough for me.
Our troops are under attack!
See, then we're just going to get hit by the enemy archers. Pull back, trying to take too much damage from it. Ow. God, they've got some range on them, haven't they? The tier 7s, I thought would have been out of there by then. That's what I was trying to avoid doing, because they're just being pulled onto the fire by these enemy. And then we didn't throw there. There's still so many enemy. Why all our Romans are pushing into one blob on that part of the map, I'm not entirely sure. Looks like we're getting a bit of friendly support up though now. Use our dash to get a bit out of range of some of that enemy stuff. Pressure their archers, which is good for us. Our Night Hunter's doing a good job there. I'm going to try and use the forest as a bit of a cut through. Oh, what have we got there? More Numidian cavalry. Okay. So fight, I stand a bit more of a chance of doing about. If I can encourage our guy to go for them, that would be nice. So I'm going to come up this way. I'm going to charge nice and early, so they have a hard time to avoid. We sort of clipped them, I would have said. Go on, barbarians. Nice job, you heroes. Go on, give me... Not going to be a very nice charge. It's frankly a horrible charge. Oh dear, look at that. That was just... Oh dear. Okay, let's just start to rout these people.
Together we fight.
Start to buff myself with my call to arms. We're going to get them to rout. It's not too bad. Turn off our whatever the wedge thing is, and then see if we can get another flank on these people. 28. We need one more there, really, for this to work out for us. Come on, give me something, please. Left flank. Oh no, I've only got the one. I need another flank. Give me a flank. No, it's not happening, is it? Oh, there we go. Minus 80. That's more likely because they're going to the wavering state. Nice. Goodbye, Numidians. Okay. That was a bit nicer. That's what I wanted to do. Eliminating whole units of enemy cavalry like that is perfect because it's just one less thing for us to deal with, one less thing for our range to have to worry about. It's starting to break the battlefield down a little bit. And things are starting to become much more viable in terms of their target selection now. These archers here, not especially well protected. They have got some dogs to pull back to, but dogs are hardly exactly the best thing to pull back to. Although we do need to defend. That is a good point. Let's send one unit back. Up there. And we'll pull these two units on here to try and get some of these juicy archers. Is that friendly cavalry? It is indeed. Some juicy archer kills coming down in a minute. They kind of managed to screw up their charge, to be honest. Oh, bit early. No, it's not. It was a. Oh, nice job. Let's not blob it up. Just use one. Make sure our unit's going to get back safely to help with the decap, which it is. It seems it is, and we're cutting down these archers nicely. This is what we wanted to do. This is more like it. Start to give ourselves some buffs if we can. Check our unit here. I've still got time to decap, which I'm just going to do once it starts to rack itself up a little bit. I'm not going to worry about it this very second. We're still getting some good damage on these archers. We know these Romans are here, so let's think what we're going to do.
We are capturing their base.
There's a bit more stuff coming in now, so we need to think about getting out.
Quick march.
Okay, and we're going to have to go for a decap as well. We've just dashed ourselves. That was probably an error, really, because we're silenced. Ow. I'm just not even going to charge this guy, to be honest. I'm just going to go on a flank and get one hit. There we go. Pull out. Chase round. Our barbarians did a good job getting in there on the other unit.
Crush them. Hold them.
A vengeance. Oh, what a silly move you just made. That was such an unnecessary vengeance. We'll pull back our rest of our units now. That's a moral of when not to use vengeance is when you get charged by cavalry clearly going to get the decap on you, because now their vengeance is gone. That was the waste of that. Completely, they could have definitely saved that for a better opportunity. They're going to rout nigh on. So our own cavalry is coming back up. Looks like these guys are thinking about going for a heavy peeler. Rear charge. Nice. You gotta love how much damage these guys use. It's 7,000 damage. Actually, not even doing so badly, considering that I'm actually only doing this to get the decap, not to actually damage these guys. That is not, not my intention. It just seems such an easy opportunity. Let's bring these guys around. Just waiting for my charge to come back. They've come out to full combat. They finally realised that might not be the best thing for them to do. Come around here.
Crush them.
Still win the thing, even frontally.
Pin them down.
Pull ourselves out. You know, we're not doing tremendously well. We're still taking damage and stuff. Wait for the vengeance to drop off on that one. But we're just going to cycle it now. I'm comfortable that we're going to win this, so I want to just keep cycling to get as much damage as we can. We're even getting lost decap points at the same time. Should we clear that entrance properly? Which we do. 5,000 damage. How much health have they actually got? 10,000 total. I mean, that time we took barely any damage on the pull-out. These guys are really actually quite strong in this sort of situation. You'd assume that Romans are just naturally good at this sort of thing. Not necessarily the case.
Smash them apart.
Push. Are we even going to get them to wrap? Lovely jubbly. Oh, that is just... I love these Greeks. They're just such a nice cavalry unit. It's just that charge. It just gives you options, and that's what I really enjoy about these. Cut these Romans down. You can come around this way while they're preoccupied with them. I think these are the last sort of units, to be honest. There's obviously some enemy cavalry loitering around somewhere.
Crush them!
They just turned their back on me just in time. 9,000. It's just so mad.
Anvil! Double time!
And we'll pull ourselves out. How much damage should we take? Like 1,000 or two? 800, 900, oh, 1,000. Rippling. Oh, these poor Romans. This is just not a situation they want to be in. And then I can just flank round.
Hammer them!
Do a bit of a weak hammer there. But it's going to be enough to get the rout on them, which is all we need. Well, just about enough to get the rout. -2. We'll anvil them, just in case they were going to use an ability or something. And we shall make sure they can't do such an insane crime as such as that. And all that's left is one poor little infantryman who is about to get slaughtered by archers and Romans. Victory! Nice! Well, that wasn't such a bad game. It kind of really highlights there why I like the Greeks. Their charge is just so glorious, isn't it? Oh, it's just lovely. I think the best bit was against these guys down here, being to get them working together, a little teamwork like that when the barbarians saw what I was doing. Were able to turn and get that charge after the Numidians tried to run from me, and that was just perfect. It did cornered them and eliminated a whole player from the game. You know, that's 10% of their team just bish bash wash gone. So I like doing that sort of thing. It's really quite effective. Nice. Well, I think we should probably have another game, see if we sort of keep this going. We probably can't, knowing my luck. So I'm a bit of a one-hit wonder when it comes to these things. So yeah, let's hop into a second game and see if we do as well next time round. So we're just loading in with our Greek cavalry. Where am I going to go? We'll go somewhere roughly near the centre. See what we see around this section. And just to go from there, to be honest. And what we had, I don't obviously do not be going into the forest. And Greeks aren't really very fast, so you know you can trek your way around this way if you so desire, but it's not ideal, and it's a relatively confined route, which around bends and stuff, these guys kind of struggle, I find, particularly if you're in the wedge. Lack of maneuverability kind of makes it a bit difficult.
Capture the enemy base.
So let's wedge up.
Enemy forces.
I find like I'm starting to enjoy wedge a little bit more than I used to. I used to really hate wedge for all you know. I know it gives a lot of benefits in terms of charge impact, but I find it really hard to work with, particularly on corners and things where it just refuses. But I do feel I've got the hang of it a little bit more. I'm probably just going to play with one unit initially.
Double time.
And just leave these other two units a little bit further back at base, just so I can sort of micro the one unit just in case, see what we see, etc., etc. Looks like we've got a lot of Greek cavalry in our team.
First blood to
All our cavalry is Greek cavalry. Yeah, they've decided that's not such a good idea for them. Okay, fair enough. No one's currently gone scattered across the centre, so let's have a little wander over this way. And they've got the flag up there, so there's obviously something in the forest. What have we got? Some higher tier Greeks. Oh god, and slingers. Oh, and tier 8 slingers at that. Run away! Definitely don't want to get hit by them. These tier 8 slingers are absolutely brutal. They do such high weapon damage that it just easily overwhelms any armor values. And you take tons of damage per hit. So yeah, it's really not so good. These Scythian archers do look nicely vulnerable though. There's a bit of a cavalry fight going on up here. It's such a long way away. I'll never get there in time. So it seems we are taking the lower route by the looks of things. We've got plenty of elephants over there. Some of our own slingers and archers coming down that way, along with some spearmen. Okay. And he's got the rest of his Greek cavalry hiding in the forest down here, now along with the slingers as well. Presumably those slingers are now going to go for visibility very shortly. And try to start throwing some little stones at us. Yeah, our archers are going up, our Scythians. Is that friendly? It is friendly. I've got to keep an eye on my units over at base, don't want to end up forgetting about them and getting them killed in it. So let's clear this gap here with this Romans. Okay, so those barbarians have engaged there. Well, I'm actually going to go wedge off for this, because of the way this cornering works. Turn around. Still that's the problem with the Greeks. Still not quite a very clean charge there, was there, to be honest. Hopefully between us it's going to be enough to... Come on, give me enough of a flank. -13, yeah, that's what we want. I'm going to push these guys. Where am I going to put them? Just down there for now. Just keep them out of the way. I don't want them to get caught by anything in sort of a silly situation. Ooh, they're coming back. The morale has recovered. What flank have we changed to? That one. Okay, -13 on him. Come on, let's rout you. And then we can just deal with these guys off. Our Greeks aren't great in hand-to-hand combat, but they're so surrounded, these barbarians here now, that it doesn't really matter too much for us. And we can kind of afford the risk and get away with it a little bit. We'll wedge back up if I can get ourselves out of this bit. We've got ourselves a little bit of aggression there, but nothing amazing. So these slingers are on the run. All these slingers are on the run. Huh. Slingers everywhere. I might wedge off again in a second, to be honest. Go this way. Stash ourselves. Get back my units over there. That looks safe for the moment. Let's wedge off. This is going to be tough. Such a confined environment, it's just not going to suit me. I'm going to try and push wide round the corner.
We are capturing their base.
See, they know what they're doing. It's going to make it hard for me to get a clean charge. Let's try and clear. Yeah, see, I don't really want to just catch one of them. I want to try and catch them both. Yeah, so I'm just going to get caught up on these ones here. Damn it! They're doing a good job. They've sacrificed one of their units to like sort of catch them, to let the other two escape. Exactly what they should have done. Good move by them. Just a bit inconvenient for me. You can see all my units got caught up on them on the corner. Getting caught up on all my allies now, and it means I can't get out. And because the Greeks just don't seem to struggle really in turning corners. Come on, let's get ourselves out here. Turn down now. Will I clear this? Now, again, you see, they're going to get themselves round and out. I'll just recharge these. No. There we go. We'll clip a corner a little bit there, but that's not too bad. Okay. Right, let's go hunting with these units a little bit while that's all going on. We can rack ourselves up a little bit of damage there. Let's go searching around, see if there's anything near our own base. In hindsight, I should have probably brought the rest of my units with me. I could have contributed a bit more, but then, you know, getting a few units back at base isn't necessarily a bad thing. And it shows how much you can do actually with just one unit kicking around, how much damage you can actually get in. Let's push down across the centre now. Come on, let's kill these last. There's a handful of slingers. If we can get a little bit of damage in there, that'll be good. Just use our charge to gain ourselves a bit ground. They actually don't have a too bad a cooldown on their charge, the Greeks, to be honest. Those guys dead? They are indeed. What have we got here? Some Niflheim riders. Well, we'll go in for them. And then there's some Romans over here, some slingers who are pretty much dead over there, and I think this is pretty much going to be game, set and match very early on. Yeah, pretty much, to be honest. Nothing else for us to really attack, and we're going to cap out as well.
Crush them.
There we go, and there's the surprise rear flank, and there's the base capture and victory for us. Okay, nice. Well, that didn't go too badly, all things considered, did it? Let's load that through to our screen. Well, didn't contribute loads, but we also had the advantage of having a good team, which really enables us to carry ourselves forwards. But just trying to avoid some of the large amount of enemy range literally early on in the game. You know, these guys don't have great missile block chance. You've got to be a bit careful of that, because you do take quite a lot of damage for early 58. And their body armour isn't enough to make up for that, for the lack of a shield. So you will still take good amounts of damage from enemy slingers. So yeah, that's all I've got for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Subscribe to the channel for lots more Total War Arena content, and I shall see you all on the next video.